Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Orlando Stewart back with another video, and today is special because one of the reasons today is the anniversary of two movies that was released in theaters. Now, those of you that saw my post on Facebook, I apologize for the mistake. June 15th, 1994, Lion King was released on this day in theaters on June 15th, 1994. And also on this same date, Batman Begins was released on the same date as well. So, as you can see right here, this is the book that I reviewed it for you guys. I apologize for not having the actual movie. I'm working on getting that. But anyways, now, as you guys know, we had to wait 8 years for another Batman movie to be released. A long-awaited 8 years we had to wait because of the failed box office failure that is known as this right here, and which is hated amongst most Batman fans and criticized it by most. After the failure of the movie of Batman and Robin, Joel Schumacher tried to get another Batman movie to come out, which was called Batman Triumph, which was going to have the Scarecrow and Harley Quinn, which Harley Quinn in the movie was not going to be the Joker's girlfriend. She was going to be his daughter. Supposedly in the movie he was going to come back from the dead. Not come back from the dead, but I forgot what the plot was from what I heard, but by the way it sounds, Harley Quinn being in the movie by herself sounds pretty stupid and really dumb. And to see who was going to play Scarecrow, I don't think the way Joel Schumacher made Batman Robin, Warner Brothers did not want to take a chance on another live action movie for Batman. This movie was almost the reason why we didn't get a chance to see Batman. We almost didn't never get another Batman movie until Christopher Nolan came in and saved the character and got the character another chance on the silver screen. Work on the movie began in 2003. Production of the movie began in 2003. Christopher Nolan wanted to make the movie more dark and more realistic, which he did a very good job with by doing that. And we fast forward to 2005, the summer of 2005. And I remember being so pumped up for Batman Begins, and I was in summer school at the time. I was starting summer school and middle school, pretty much. And I was starting summer school. And I remember watching the promos for it, and me as a Batman fan was so pumped up, so excited, and so full of joy. So full of joy when I watched the trailers, and I said this. I said, finally, we're getting a better Batman movie than what we got in 1997. And when the movie finally hit in theaters, I was blown away by the performance of Kristen Bell. And I love the way how they told the origin story about how Bruce Wayne on his journey to becoming Batman. That was something that we didn't see in the original films. Now, I'm not saying that I don't like the original films at all. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I don't like the 89 Batman movie, and I'm not saying I don't like Batman Returns, but that was something that was missing from the original movie, that we didn't see that in the original movie. We didn't discover how the journey of how Bruce Wayne became Batman. We only saw him already as Batman. Yes, they showed his parents being killed, and that's what made him become Batman, but we didn't see his journey of why he became Batman, what was his purpose of becoming Batman, and why he became Batman. And that was something I think Christopher Nolan did a great job with. And Liam Neeson did one hell of a great job as Ra's al Ghul. I was blown away by his performance as well. He did great as the character as Ra's al Ghul. And Cillian Murphy, man, and I remember being so excited seeing the Scarecrow in the movie. I said, finally, another one of my favorite Batman villains in a Batman movie. And when I saw Scarecrow, I was so happy. I remember watching it in theaters and said, man, Cillian Murphy was badass as the Scarecrow. He reminded me so much of the one from the comics, and he was 100% on spot with his character, and Katie Holmes as Bruce's friend, as Rachel Dawes, and just everything about the bat suit was so much better than what we got in the last movie. Oh man, the bat suit in the last movie was just in Batman Robin, and I know some people are gonna disagree with me. The people who are gonna probably be watching this video is gonna say, "Oh no, Batman Robin was a good Batman movie," and I'm not knocking anyone for liking what they like. If people like Batman Robin, that's fine. But anyways, I will admit the bat suits in that movie looked great in Batman Robin, but they could have done without the nipples. But anyways, the bat suit in Batman Begins looked amazing. And I said, finally we're seeing something that Joel Schumacher failed to do with Batman and Robin. Something he couldn't do with those movies. Something he couldn't do with Batman and Robin. And the Scarecrow, I love how they had made him have the use of using his fear toxin, and we see him in the journey. My favorite part of the movie was where at the beginning, where he starts his training with Ra's al Ghul, and he was starting his training with Ra's al Ghul. He went on his quest to becoming Batman. That's one of the reasons why there were so many great things about this movie. It was just so epic. And then, I mean, just like it started the most unforgettable trilogy in the Batman franchise, and that is the Dark Knight trilogy. Batman Begins, in my opinion, is the most underrated one ever. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that the movie is based off of I think it's The Man Who Falls or something like that. I think that's the name of the comic. The Man Who Falls, Batman The Long Halloween, and Batman Year One. If you guys don't notice that, look at the movie real closely, you'll see what I'm talking about. The movie is based off of those comics, and I love how well it followed what was in the storylines from those comics, and I love how they brought that storyline into the live action, into the cinematic universe, into the live action universe of Batman. And I love how they did that. Everything, the choreography of the fighting was so great. I heard that Christian Bale had to do a lot. He had to work out. He had to beef himself up for the role to play as Bruce Wayne and Batman. And as you guys remember, in the last movie he played in, the year before Batman Begins, he played in a movie in 2004 called The Mechanic. And he had to lose a lot of weight in that movie. And if you watch that movie, Christian Bale was so skinny on that movie. He was really skinny. He had to lose a lot of pounds, he had to do that for the role of the movie. But he had to beef himself later on for, just like I said, this movie right here, for Batman Begins. And he did an excellent job as Batman. His Batman was amazing and great, and to his very days, he's still another one of my favorite Batman actors. My favorite Batman, Christian Bale's Batman, is another one of my favorites. You can love or hate the Dark Knight trilogy, but Batman Begins, in my opinion, is the most underrated one. I feel like it does not get enough credit, like The Dark Knight or The Dark Knight Rises, which some people hate on The Dark Knight Rises, which I don't get. Or I don't get the hate for the Dark Knight movie at all either. But like I said, love or hate the Dark Knight trilogy, it was the movies that saved it. Batman gave Batman another chance on the big screen. If it hadn't been for Batman Begins or the Dark Knight trilogy, you wouldn't see the Man of Steel. Nobody wouldn't even have saw the Man of Steel if it hadn't been for the Dark Knight trilogy, or Batman vs Superman that's in theaters now, is about to hit Blu-ray and DVD. If it hadn't been for the Dark Knight trilogy, you wouldn't have any of that. You wouldn't have those movies. And I thank Christopher Nolan for bringing Batman back to his dark roots where he needed to be. Not what he was portrayed as in Batman and Robin. Batman is not a comedy act like how he's portrayed in the 60s Batman and and Batman and Robin. I know some people are going to disagree with me on that, but it's the truth. I'm just speaking the truth. I mean, just what more can I say about Batman Begins? Just everything about it is just unforgettable. My favorite part was at the end, the climatic battle when Ra's al Ghul and Batman start fighting each other on the train, and Batman's trying to stop the train from crashing and blowing up and stuff like that. And the climatic battle between the two, and that memorable quote, he says, I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you, and then he just leaves him, and then Ra's al Ghul just plunges to his death at the end. I mean, that was epic. That is my favorite part from the movie, and just everything about Batman Begins was amazing. And man, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the trip down memory lane of me taking you down memory lane about Batman Begins. And don't forget to like my videos. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to live life, live nostalgia, and be sure to check out my 90s page, Classic Nerdy Nostalgia. Peace. I'm out.